SABC News really fanned across the country for you today as many of you begin your trek, as it's called, ahead of the Easter long weekend. And there again is our aerial view. Beitbridge border post towards your left. In the far right, we've got Calvin Dludla. And of course, we're in the middle there is the situation in the Eastern Cape. And you'll bear with us as our team engages our reporters to prepare for a sense of what they see as it unfolds on the ground. And so let's begin around the Carousel Toll Plaza with our Calvin Dludla, who you saw there has been engaging a number of motorists as they make their way. Calvin, if you're able to hear me, we were able to listen in to your engagement with a number of motorists there who are upbeat and who would not, given the fact that it's an Easter long weekend for many.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ayanda. Good morning to you and to the viewers at home. We're here next to Carousel Toll Plaza, and I'm with the National Commissioner of South African Police, Ubaba Umasimula. Thank you very much for your time. I saw you were engaging with the motorists. What did transpire there?
No, we're just cautioning them. They've got a little bit too much loading in the car in terms of parcels, which they must move towards the back. And things are going well. The traffic that have passed here is close to 1,200 per hour since this morning. And we have got all the law enforcement agencies, the SAPS, Metro Police, Gauteng Traffic, the immigration from Department of Home Affairs. So we are quite integrated, just making sure that vehicles are roadworthy and the drivers that are behind the steering are also roadworthy. And of course, since the morning we had over 200 illegal immigrants that have been arrested between here and Johannesburg. So up to so far, the roadblock is going well. And
some of them I see they are irritated because they've been standing in the traffic for a very long time. How are you dealing with that?
You see, now we give it a breather. We just started searching now. Before that, we gave it an hour without searching, so it was a free flow to make sure that people don't stand too long on the road and the traffic don't pack up. So we just started now, so we do breaks along to make sure that the traffic flow.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Making sure that the law takes its course.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. We will engage you during the course of the day when you are still continuing with the search.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was the National Commissioner. Back to you in studio, but before I let you, I have to link to our colleague Katlego Nyoni.
We also have our traffic. Well, hi there, and to our viewers as well. We are still at the Beitbridge port of entry just outside Musina, where the Border Management Authority says it anticipates an influx and an increase in travelers during the Easter. This, of course, as people make their way to their respective homes, they'll be also utilizing this port of entry. We know that the Border Management Authority is keeping a closer eye across 52 port of entries in the country, 10 airports as well as 9 seaports. One of the most problematic areas for this border has been the illegal migration. We know that the Border Management Authority wants to clamp down on the illegal transportation of goods as well as people. We know that there's also been problems pertaining to unaccompanied minors as well. To expand more on a meeting that the Border Management Authority Commissioner Dr. Mike Masiapato, together with counterparts from other sister departments, including the Social Development, have had, I'm going to bring in the spokesperson of the Social Development Department, that is Lumka Olifant. Thank you very much for your time on our channel today. Just talk to us about your role as the Department of Social Development in ensuring that there will be a safer transportation of people during the Easter period.
The Department of Social Development is the custodian of the Children's Act, as you know, and also that we are signatories to different international conventions like the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child and also the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. That means then, as a country, we are obligated to make sure that we protect each and every child that is within the borders of South Africa. So also that means that if we find any minor children who is undocumented or unaccompanied unaccompanied, it means that children must be processed within the confines of the law. Children are processed differently to adults because they are minors. So what we then do is that we speak to our counterparts in Zimbabwe. This week we had a meeting with our counterparts in Zimbabwe and also the organizations that we work with, like the Save the Children, the Red Cross and everyone else, so that everybody who is in the child protection space is able to assist the South African government in making sure that children are taken in and out of the country within the confines of the law. This morning already we had found about 5 children who were unaccompanied. They were in a bakkie, squashed in a bakkie. Unfortunately, then there were social development officials like social workers and also our organizations like Save the Children and Red Crosses have alluded. Those children now have been taken to our Child and Youth Care Center in Beitbridge. As we were standing there, we were trying to find out where are they going. One of the children was saying the mother is working in Hyde Park. The other one was saying that the father is in Hillbrow, and some of them didn't even want to give us the details so that we can be able to see. We are seeing that the documentation for children that are coming in and out of the country is also not in order. Children are just being sent into the country without any documentation, without any trace of who they belong to. And also we have brought our colleagues who are in the Trafficking in Persons Directorate, so that all of us as the Department of Social Development, we are able to deal with all these issues, whether it's in trafficking in persons or whether it's just unaccompanied and undocumented minors.
Thank you very much. That is the spokesperson for the Social Development Department, the Lumka Oliphant. As you can see, we are still standing at the bridge that is crossing the Limpopo River at the Beitbridge border post, where, of course, the Border Management Authority says that it is preparing and it's also assessing the state of readiness ahead of the very busy Easter weekend.